Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Logan. You are here because you saw the thumbnail and you want to recreate this Christmas tree and or reindeer and or both in an Excel file because you're a nerd like me and this stuff excites you for some reason. This is a tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make it and the formulas behind it from scratch. I don't know how to put this document in a Google Drive or anything, and I'm too lazy to do it, so you're going to have to build it and you're going to own it. Cool. I am stealing this design from a TikTok tutorial, just the tree, just this part right here. I, however, added the Christmas gifts, the star, and this entire reindeer is my creation, and the VBA code that is making it sparkle constantly without constantly hitting F9 and manually refreshing it. I'm going to show you that too. All the VBA code and color codes for everything on the screen is going to be in the description that I can provide you, but you're going to build it yourself and you're going to be proud of it. So when you share it around the office or with your friends and family, you can say, I made this and not Logan made this. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start on a sort of blank slate. None of these ornaments are on the tree and the nose is not in flight. Even before that, your Excel sheet for those beginners, if you go to page layout, you're going to want to turn off grid lines in the beginning. That shows you the outline of every cell. It's not as clean, so turn it off, please. Don't worry about what's up here yet. I'll get to that in a second after we have all of our conditional formatting in. You can copy now if you want the shape of the tree. I added this star in by insert and then shape and then a star, and then I just turned it a certain color. But you can do that. This bottom row is, I think, 17 wide, but your Excel's not going to look like mine yet because I forgot to tell you this one thing. If you click in this top left part and start dragging the width of your cell, bring that down to 50 pixels wide and bring this height to 90 pixels in height, and then you're going to get this sort of standing rectangle shape, which is good for, I don't know, pixel art in Excel. I'm new at this too. Okay, now you have your Excel page set up. Essentially, first thing you're going to want to do, go into a cell of your tree and type equals rand between 0, 0,3. And what this formula does is it picks a random number from, you guessed it, 0 to 3. And now if you hit F9, which is the force recalculate button, it's going to start randomly picking a number. Okay, that's set up. Next step is conditional formatting. On this home tab, you're going to mosey on over to this conditional formatting area. You're going to click that. You go to icon sets, and then don't pick any of these beautiful presets. You go to more rules because we're custom and we're smart. We can do it ourselves. First thing you're going to want to do here, click show icon only. That means the number, like the 0, 1, 2, 3, that's going to randomly generate. It's not going to show, it's only this icon right here. We're going to set some rules. This top value is 3. And we'll set this bottom value to 1. And then the type to number and number. Maybe type that before so it doesn't reset. Set it to 3 and 1. And then you can pick the whatever icons you want, but we'll just leave it at green, yellow, red, the defaults. And you hit OK. Now what's going to happen every time you press F9, the number will change from this rand between formula from 0 to 3, and it'll change the color. Perfect. Now we have our formula. Now you want to paste that everywhere. Ooh. Everywhere in your tree. Snap cut. All right, and we're back. So maybe one thing more I should explain regarding the color of the cells. You can click into any cell. It's this paint bucket tool. You can also see it in the header bar. For some reason, brown isn't in these standard colors. So for like the base of the tree or the tree trunk, you can go to more colors, custom. And then if you look up like color codes, you can just copy paste that in here. This brown I'm using right now, for example, 654321 is dark brown apparently. That's convenient hex code. But that's how you get that color. For these GIFs, all I did was just create a selection, chose a random color, and then went up to this header bar and went to this borders area and selected line style. And this one right here looks pretty festive, like it's a gift wrapping. So I went ahead and just drew some lines on these gifts and gave it a double underline, and it looks pretty good to me. And then this star comes from insert in this header bar. You go down to shapes, and then you can, the star's right here. Select that, draw your big star, place it. You can change the color the same way. Cool, we're only halfway there. This reindeer, you can copy it. I think just by looking at my screen, it's pixel art, so it should be that hard. The color codes I'll put, I guess, in the description of the video, and you can figure out which ones are which and put them anywhere you want. The fun thing to do on the reindeer nose is not to use this here icon set in the conditional formatting for the nose. We'll go back to our main screen, see how it's switching from red to green. We can create that same effect in the conditional formatting tab as well, but instead we're going to color scales. So here, let me quickly just clear the rule from here. We're going to change that from rand between 0 to just 1 or 2. So we only have 2 options because I believe the color scales, and we'll go to color scales and then more rules because we're custom and we do it like that. The 2 color scale. So we have just 2 numbers. They'll land either or is how we're going to do it. We select the minimum type number 1, maximum number 2. And then the colors, we can choose red and green or whatever color Rudolph's nose is. Maybe it's yellow and green. Who knows? Whatever Christmas colors you want. And then we're going to put that there. And the interesting thing is this conditional formatting color scale, when you go to more rules, it didn't have the same rules as the icon set. So they have the show icon only. So we're going to have to get creative and use some custom formatting in Excel. What you're going to want to do, select the nose, go to format cells. After you right click the cell, it'll bring up this format cells area, mosey on down to custom, and in this type box, you're going to want to type 3 colons, semicolons. 1, 2, 3. 3 semicolons will make the text in whatever Excel box just disappear, but still be there. So we'll still see the formula in the formula bar. It'll still be choosing the random numbers every time we auto refresh, but it won't show it, right? So now when I hit F9, it's 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, and we get that fun flashing effect. I also, in this main sheet, I surrounded the nose with the style of border that I liked here. I just drew around just for aesthetic purposes. Oops, there you go. You don't have to do it. You can probably make a better reindeer than me. Just kidding, you can't. That's why you're watching me do it. Next step, and now this is the complicated part. You have your Excel, and you'll want to save it as an XLSM file. So if you go to File, Save As, and then you'll want to save it as an Excel macro-enabled workbook. You just select that, and then you can save. And you want to do that because you'll have this developer tab. If you're not seeing the developer tab in your Excel, you might have to go down to Options, Advanced, and somewhere here there might be Enable Developer tab. If it's not there, sue me, look it up yourself. Okay, this is a tab a lot of you may have not gone in before. If you have, lucky you. Visual Basic is right here. That's VBA for the uninitiated. You're going to want to click that open. You're going to see some stuff you don't understand, but you're going to want to take the code, which will be in the description of this video below. Go to File, sorry, not File, Insert Module, and then you're going to just paste the code in here. So it should just look like that. I already have my code in here, so I don't need to do that. So I'm going to remove my module. Oops, it's going to save it. Yeah, I do not want that. This is what my module looks like. What this code does is we'll refresh and auto recalculate the entire cell book for 1 minute, and it runs every second. And that creates the flashing effect for the nose and the tree. After you've pasted this code in, it's very simple. It's only 2 steps. Open, insert module, file, save, and you can close it out. And now you have a macro. So that'll show up in if you, in the same developer tab, hit macros, this box will pop up and you have a couple different macros here. The one you want to look at is the start auto refresh one. And what I did is you can connect macros to images that you paste into your Excel book. So I got our company logo, I threw it in. You just can Control C, Control V, paste it in, insert. You can use anything you want really. And if you right click your image, you click assign macro, and you want to assign the start auto refresh macro to the image. So now every time you click this image, everything is going to start refreshing every second for a minute, and you have your Christmas Excel sheet. If you want to mess around with this code, you can. If you want it to last more than a minute or calculate more like every 2 seconds or 3 seconds, feel free to edit as you please. VBA is a little bit complicated. Using ChatGPT is useful sometimes in those areas to help you figure out where you want to put stuff or how it works. But yeah, that is your tutorial on this. Again, everything is in the description below. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Please, Christmas gift.